Hey, yeah, what's good, y'all? Been a lot going on lately, right? Just want to take a few minutes to share my perspective on it. We face the hardest times that you could ever imagine. And so many times our eyes have fought back the tears. Under the illusion of equality, we cried for freedom to offset the hypocrisy in their democracy. But it never happened. And the result of it is, our burdens continue to press down like weights on our shoulders. And our thoughts are consumed with so many fears. I can see why we might feel like we've been abandoned and neglected. Because we're the lost souls that society has rejected, leaving us to wonder if our prayers have gone silent in God's ears. You can kind of feel something ain't right. Feel it in your spirit. The Spirit of the Most High telling us to wake up. I know you can feel it. Hey, yeah, what's up? What's up? Shalom, shalom. I decided to do some running around the city, riding around the city. Catch a few trains, go to various spots throughout the DMV or DC, Maryland, and Virginia area. If you don't know what DMV really stands for, and just to really talk to my folks, talk to my people, right? Just to see where their head is at in regards to, as of lately, all this racial tension that's being deliberately stirred up. See where they are, see where their mind is, see where their spirits are, see if they actually know what's going on according to the scriptures, right? Just to get a state of mind or a state of being of where we are as a nation, as a people. And, go from there because, we were all awakened for a reason, right? We were all touched by the Most High for a purpose, to preserve, to wake up Jacob and be a light into all the other nations, starting with the house of Israel first. So basically, that's what I'm concentrating on right now. I'm only really talking to my blood brothers and sisters, that share the same blood as Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. DC is like the DC area is like a unique situation. It's not like your Chi-Towns. It's not like Atlanta. It's not like Detroit or anything like that, where it's so much more evident as where we really are as a people. DC is different because a lot of brothers and sisters, I guess when you compare it to other cities, a lot of brothers and sisters are doing fairly well. We see a lot of manifestation of that so-called American dream amongst our brothers and sisters here, with the white picket fence and the house and the multiple cars and all that other stuff, right? We see that a lot here. And that has served to be a detriment to our cause because a lot of people think in my area, in the DC area, a lot of my brothers and sisters actually think that they've made it. But yet, when you go just a couple of miles down the road in certain sections, or a lot of sections in the area, you see what the real problem is. So I'm going to talk to some suit and tie brothers and sisters, and I'm going to talk to some hood brothers and sisters, and I'm going to try to build a case or try to actually show y'all where we really are as a people. Overall, my assessment, we're lost. And it's kind of evident, especially when you see what's going on, with the Donald Trump making the announcements about firing NFL players for not standing up for that wicked national anthem and all that other stuff. You still got a lot of brothers and sisters that actually think that we made it here and we're going to receive some type of shot at equality here. It's not going to happen. As a matter of fact, searching for equality is going against the commandments that the Most High gave us. We were created to be above equal. Okay? He made us the head and not the tail. But that's another story. So, about to hop on the green line right now and ride through the city. I'll catch y'all in a minute. I'm in front of Howard University. I don't know what building this is, but I'm on Bryan Street. Okay. I am talking to, what's your name, sister?
Celestia Wooten.
Celestial?
Celexia.
Celexia. When? Where you from?
Jacksonville, Florida.
Jacksonville, Florida. Your folks okay down there?
Yeah,
Everybody's good?
they're great.
Okay, cool. All praises to God, to the Most High. Now, with that being said, I want to know from your perspective, how old are you, sister?
17.
17.
Yes,
Freshman
sir.
at 17 years old, freshman at Howard. Good. What's your study?
Political science.
Politics. All right. That's what's up. So, what's going on with Black America?
A lot.
Old Black America, young Black America.
A lot's going on.
Okay. What's your take on it?
What's going on right now? Like what in particular? Because a whole lot is going on.
Well, tell me what's on your mind. I mean, political science, I know you got to have some type of conscience about it, about our people. What do you see?
Right now, I see a lot of people are passionate about the issue, but they don't really have a venue, or they don't know how to express the passionateness. And people have tried to express it by like protesting and things, but I feel like we're not protesting the right way. Like we're not protesting effectively. Like we're not organized enough. We don't have like goals set like as they did in the civil rights movement when they actually got things done. Like right now we're not getting things done, and a lot of people like my age, they're like social media activists. Like they'll talk about it on their social media, but they won't really like be about it in reality. Like they won't pursue anything. Like if they're 18 or 19, like they'll talk all about it on social media, but when it's time to vote, they won't be at the polls.
What's your major?
Like,
Television film.
Television and film.
Minor African Studies.
A minor African studies.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Cool. So, what's your take on today's society, culture, race? Is there a solution? Why are people still going through the same thing? Why are we still marching and protesting? Should our feet be hurting by now? Should we be looking for a different solution?
I think this is going to go on until the government fixes itself. I think the government needs to understand that they never resolved the problem in the beginning.
Okay.
Just by making a law and covering it up and keep covering up with their mistakes, that they need to just come out and basically say, we did wrong.
Okay.
What we did should have never happened. I don't think that'll cover it up, but I think it'll lead to healing.
Okay.
I think that the government right now is just it's oppressing
Okay.
to us as a people.
Gotcha.
As far as this weekend goes, as far as what the president is doing, he's doing very childish things.
Okay.
I think he's not. His mindset is not of a president. He shouldn't be in this position at all. I think that he's just trying to override everything that Obama has done just because it was a black man in office.
Let me ask you this. So do you think that we were better off as a people when Obama was in office?
To an extent. I think that he had a lot of stuff that he had to take care of, but he didn't step up to take care of for our people, and I think it was because of the fact that he was trying to look out for all people, and he wasn't just going exactly for us as a...
You know where he's from, right?
Originally from?
Well, I mean, his hometown.
Yeah.
Chicago.
Chicago, yeah.
And you know what's going on in Chi-Town right now.
Exactly, yeah.
That's, I mean, that kind of...
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's very iffy, like, why he didn't, but
Mm-hmm.
I think that he was just trying to play it safe instead of just coming out and basically... So I think now that afterwards he's starting to do stuff now, it's kind of like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why didn't you do it when you were in a higher position?
Okay. Why, real talk, why did we continue to go through the same stuff over and over again? Tell me what you just said in about a minute or less, brother.
Racism is embedded in our country, in all the worlds that we all live in. It's like DNA. The DNA is consistent mainly on racism, which is why we have a lot of problems in this country. We have people that think they're better than each other just based on the way they look, the way they act, their personality, their sex, their gender. It's everything in this world.
All right, could you be a little bit more specific? Well, let me ask the question a little bit more specific. Yeah, I know America was built off of racism and racial oppression. But why is it that in Asian America is not racially profiled?
Describe racially profiled.
Racially profiled in a negative sense, meaning that, okay, yeah, we can see an Asian American and we think that, okay, he's going to act a certain way, however. But the system is not stacked against him.
Because our problem is not in our judicial system, it's none of that, it's in our people as a whole. We come from a place where blacks have been, since the beginning of time, since they discovered us or whatever, been looked at down upon because of who we originally were. We were the original kings and queens of this land.
That's beautiful.
And now we're subjected upon oppression because we're lower than everybody else when in actuality, everybody came from us.
So how did a greater people fall to a lesser people? Would you say that that's a physical issue or a spiritual
because of
thing?
hate, because of jealousy, because of anything just how you put people down. You can put people down just because of how they look or their power.
What if I were to say that our situation is coming from a curse, so to speak? Would that be believable?
The curse of Ham?
No, we're not Ham, no.
The curse ain't real.
The curse ain't real?
If
You wanna
you're
look at the
referring to the
Bible?
Bible, the Bible was taken from Egypt. They took bits and pieces of Egypt. You do know that there's not really a true Exodus. There's no such thing as Exodus.
Okay.
Jews were never really taken out of Egypt. There's evidence that actually states that back in 2600 BC,
Okay.
that Jews were never really let out of Egypt. The Bible was made
talk a little
mainly
louder?
on during the Greco-Roman.
All right, I just left the Howard University area, right? About to get back on the train right now and I got some feedback, and I just want to get some answers of, from people based on what they really are and how they really see it. No scripts or anything like that. I wasn't trying to lead them or anything. I just wanted to ask them some real questions. And the thing about DC, right? It's a big city, but it's small geographically speaking. That means you can have several worlds in the so-called black community that are different from one another. I just talked to some students at Howard who see a brighter future, a brighter day. But just a couple of blocks down on 7th and Florida Avenue, a whole different world. How is that possible in such a small section of space? You understand what I'm saying? I just got finished talking to an older brother, and he really dropped some, from one of our elders' perspective, he really dropped some good insight. However, he was hustling, so he wouldn't let me record him. But two different worlds within blocks of each other. There's a huge disconnect, right? And it's obvious. Right now, on my way to a more urbanized environment, going to the hood, ask the same questions, right? We have multiple worlds in the black community, and you would think that everybody's on the same page, right? But that's not the case. I'm gonna try to get some interviews, try to talk to some folks, and see what's really going on. See if we can tie these strings together. Because everybody has an idea, well, everyone who I talked to so far has a sense of what might be going on, but they don't have the real solution. I'm hearing a lot of political answers, very little spiritual. All right? Let's keep this thing going. What's going on with Black America? Where we at? Why do we still feel the need to protest? Let me zoom out. You want to be in it too?
For the blacks?
Yeah.
Man, people killing each other.
Speak up a little bit too, fam.
People killing each other, man.
Okay.
People need to get a job, live life.
Okay.
People just out here on these streets.
All right.
People need to go to the doctor. That's what they need to do.
Okay. All right.
You hear me, bro?
So,
another reason, man, if everybody work together, man, it'll be all right. Because the white people working together.
Okay.
You got the Hispanics, you got the Africans from overseas.
Okay.
Working together.
But the black people don't work together, you know what I'm saying?
All right. That's your take on it also?
If they stop bringing all different types of drugs and stuff, and everybody just get a job, and we focus, we be all right.
Okay. Yeah. All right, cool. So, what about equality? Will we ever see equality here? Let me hear your take on it.
No, I don't hear no equality, man. Not in the black community.
Okay.
No.
All right. That's your take too?
Man, the black community.
Why do you think that is, though? Is it just because of our skin color?
Because, like I said, because we don't stick together, man.
Okay.
We don't stick together. We stick together, everybody be all right. You know, if everybody was to come together and speak on one opinion, maybe it'd do something about it.
Could that be because we all been taught different things and we really don't know who we are and all that stuff? You think that could be part of it?
Yeah.
All right.
I really think that too, though.
All right, what's happening, fellas? How y'all doing, man? I want y'all to introduce yourself, if you don't mind. Tell me your age, or y'all can remain anonymous. Just let me know your age group. That's cool?
Yeah.
All right, starting with you, bro.
I'm 22.
All right, you anonymous, or you want to say your name?
My name is Low.
Low? What's your name, bro?
JR, I'm 25.
JR 25. Y'all live in Southeast?
Yes, sir.
All right. So tell me something, man. Real talk. And I mean, it's for a church, man. So refrain from certain language, but at the same time, be as blunt as possible. Where do y'all see Black America right now?
Well, I see that there's a lot of brainwashing going on. You know what I'm saying? Like stuff that don't matter. Like they use stuff like social media to get in our brains. You know what I'm saying? To distract us from what's going on in the real world.
Okay.
And stuff that's about to happen right now. Like, we get distracted by a lot of things like TV, like reality shows, social media.
Okay.
Like, it's trends, and everybody want to be like everybody, and it's like we zombies for real. Like, we not stepping up to the plate.
Okay, so
Like, we not being up there.
okay, so so y'all know what Trump did over the weekend. I mean, it's just stirring up. Okay, so what is that? How does that make you feel as a black man?
And it make me feel right, because you know what I'm saying, black people was based off of sports.
Okay.
Like basketball, like the NFL it's like predominantly black. You know, you may catch some of your white players out here.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But like as far as that, like I think it's like a good trend to set. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Because we refraining from what we're not with. Like, we're not with everything Trump do.
Okay.
We against it.
All right. So do you still? What about you, young blood? I mean, do you still see the need that we need to rally, march, protest, or is there something else? Is there another solution?
It's like basically like the community with blacks, like everybody should just come together. You know, everything should just be like treated equally. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Equality.
You got people that's like out here robbing people for no reason. And then they see what's going on in that jail. Like, you don't want to be there, man.
Okay.
Don't want to be there.
It's like we self-destructing ourselves.
This is my Lego crew. If you want me to keep it all the way 100, you sell me my guns. If you want me to keep it all the way 100, this is my gun man, nigga. He in charge of the 50 clips and the 30 clips and the 100 clips. If you want me to keep it all the way, we gonna keep it all the way 100, nigga. We might as well keep this shit all the way 100. Giving them the 100 emoji.
Okay.
It's like we self-destructing ourselves, because.
Okay. What if I were to say that our situation is coming from a curse, so to speak? Would that be believable?
The curse of Ham?
No, we're not Ham, though.
The curse ain't real.
The curse ain't real?
Bunch of neighbors, and you're right, they call it Get Robbed Park. The reason why they say robberies happen here all the time. Take a look over here. Zaire was almost home. His home just half a block away from where I am standing, where the incident happened. You could see the hurt outside Thurgood Marshall Academy. Zaire Kelly was loved by many here. The school director described him as a scholar, athlete, friend, and beloved classmate.
He brightens everybody's day. He's so happy all the time.
One of Zaire's best friends, Daisha Kyle, says Zaire was a track captain and was looking forward to college.
He was a leader. The school loved him. They let everybody go because everybody loved him. Nobody can take this day for real.
This is where the attack took place, a small park right next to a D.C. Public Works lot. D.C. Police Chief Peter Newsham says Kelly was approached by 19-year-old Saquon Gillis about 8:30.
In the course of the robbery, the 16-year-old tried to defend himself. He happened to have a knife on him. He ended up stabbing the suspect in the robbery. The suspect then produced a firearm and ended up shooting and killing Zaire.
Minding his own business, walking home from a college seminar. 12th grade student, excellent student.
Friends say Zaire wanted to go to Florida A&M University and had what it took to get there.
What if I were to say that our situation is coming from a curse, so to speak? Would that be believable?
The curse of Ham?
No, we're not Ham, though.
The curse ain't real.
The curse ain't real?
Now we go to a horrific story out of Prince George's County tonight. A man is accused of setting a pregnant woman on fire. Our John Henry was at the scene.
It was in this apartment complex right here behind me along Elkwood Lane in Capitol Heights where that woman was burned. Neighbors tell me they still can't believe this incident happened. This is video of when firefighters first got to the scene around 11:40 this morning. Authorities got a call from a pregnant woman that a man had set her on fire in her home. Neighbor Carlia Coleman saw the aftermath outside.
And I started to smell the burning sensation of something burning.
According to her father, the pregnant woman was Andrea Greenidge. She's in the hospital with burns to 90% of her body.
So right now they just have her heavily sedated, and she's still critical. Nothing has changed. She hasn't gone up, hasn't gone down, still in critical.
Police called Andrea brave. Despite being burned, she still had the power to call them and let them know who assaulted her. Police say they soon picked up a suspect in D.C. too. Andrea's father said that man was her boyfriend, who he believes did not want her to have her child.
Hey, I mean, walk away. That's all I say. There's a whole lot of men out here that don't want to be dads. If you don't want to be dads, walk away.
As for Andrea's child, we know that she was delivered early in the hospital today. She's on a respirator, but she should be all right.
Your prayers and everyone else's prayers is what heals.
Now, Prince George's police are still asking for your help. If you happen to witness this or know any information about it, they ask that you contact them. From Capitol Heights, John Henry, WUSA 9.
It's like we so disrupting ourselves.
Tonight out of Charles County, where this man, 30-year-old Carlos Bell, is behind bars. Police accuse the teacher's aide of producing child porn inside the school where he worked. And the details only get more disturbing. John Henry joins us from one of the schools in question in Waldorf. John, and we've learned that Bell is also HIV positive?
That's right, and that's concerned some people here in this community. That's because police say they have graphic images that show Bell sexually assaulting some of those young victims. Parents and neighbors we talked to say they're shocked. We surprised Michael Garrett when we told him he lives just a block away from Carlos Bell.
Right here.
The situation hits close to home for Garrett. He also has a 6-year-old stepdaughter who attends one of the schools where Bell once worked.
That's disturbing. It's getting ridiculous as far as what the youth is really observing.
The investigation into Bell's activities date back to December when he worked as a teacher's aide at Stoddard Middle School. A parent came forward and said their child had gotten a sexually suggestive text from Bell. That led to a suspension and ultimate dismissal from the school district. Around that same time, authorities seized some of his electronic devices. Forensic investigators cracked those devices last week.
I will tell you that it takes about 8 months on any case when you're talking about computers.
Investigators think Bell may have made pornographic videos with as many as 10 kids. Right now, 7 have been confirmed.
If I were to say that our situation is coming from a curse, so to speak, would that be believable?
The curse of Ham?
No, we're not Ham, no.
The curse ain't real.
We begin with our Fox 5 exclusive. For the first time, we're hearing from the man at the center of the appalling school child porn investigation in Prince George's County. I'm Tony Perkins.
And I'm Sean Yancey. This man, Deontay Caraway, is the volunteer school aide accused of making videos of children engaged in sex
showed
acts.
up, both my photographer and I introduced ourselves. He had accepted our request to see him, and then when we sat down with him, one of my first questions was, were you involved in the child pornography charges and accusations? And he said he was very candid with us and said yes, that he did partake in these videos. He said that he believed himself to be one of the children. He was just another big kid sharing with these children that he's known for quite some time, as he's been a teacher's aide at that elementary school, as well as most recently a volunteer. Now, he told us that he never engaged in any sort of sexual interactions with any of those children, but he says that he was privy to all these videos and he was watching them as they performed these acts on
Deontay Caraway admitted to engaging in sex acts with children as young as 9 years old, as well as recording 12 of them in a variety of sex acts.
In a plea deal unsealed today, Caraway has agreed to a prison sentence of at least 60 years. Fox 5's Paul Wagner is in the studio tonight with a story on this. Paul.
Hey, Jim and Sarah. Deontay Caraway came into the second-floor courtroom of the federal courthouse today dressed in an orange jail jumpsuit. And in a proceeding that lasted just over an hour, admitted to recording children engaged in sex acts inside the elementary school where he volunteered. As victims' parents listened from the front row, Caraway admitted to recording the children inside 2 separate rooms of the school in January.
If I were to say that our situation it's coming from a curse, so to speak. Would that be believable?
The curse of Ham?
No, we're not Ham, no.
The curse ain't real.
The curse ain't real, right? Curse ain't real, right? Curse ain't real. Okay.
It's like we self-destructing ourselves.
Okay. What if I were to say that our situation is coming from a curse, so to speak? Would that be believable?
The curse of Ham?
No, we're not Ham. The curse ain't real?
Woke up this morning after another one of those crazy dreams. Oh, nothing is going right this morning. The whole world is wrong, it seems. Oh, I guess it's the chains that bind me. I can't shake or lose these chains and things. Got to go to work this morning. Seems like everything is lost. I got a cold-hearted, wrong-doing woman and a slave driving boss. I can't lose these chains that bind me. Can't shake or lose these chains and things. Just can't lose these chains and things.
Then I heard a voice say, "In your patience possess ye your souls." The prophecies of Deuteronomy chapter 28, Psalms chapter 83, Isaiah chapter 5, Jeremiah chapter 7, the desolation and abomination spoken by Daniel must be fulfilled. It was foretold. Stand in the holy place. Now is the time to seek his face. Those who have ears to hear, let them understand. Judgment must take place on my people, because we chose to follow and obey the laws and the ways of the sons of man. And we collectively ignored the example set by the Son of the Most High, which is the same Son that the sons of perdition can't stand. He's the only alternative to their plan. We can choose not to be damned, because we have redemption from the blood of the Lamb. Now marinate on that for a second. Feel it. Spirit of the Most High is telling us to wake up. Now is the time. This is the moment. Okay, so let me ask you something. All right, I'm 43 years old. How old did you say you were?
I'm 28.
28.
Yeah.
I can probably say, based off of what I've studied and researched, that I don't see any help in politics for us.
Mhm.
I think personally that it might be something a little bit more to our condition.
Right,
Would you
right.
agree or disagree?
As far as what? Like, I mean,
Well, what if I were to say that the solution to our problem is more spiritual than it is tangible?
I believe that.
Okay.
I definitely believe that energy and spirituality does have a take on it as well.
Okay, what if I were to say, and I'm not trying to sell a religion to you, but what if I were to say that, okay, our situation is actually in the Bible? What would be your take on that?
I
Even
can
down
see-
to the slave ships.
I could possibly see it.
Yeah?
I could possibly see it, yeah.
Okay, because you know the Bible is about the Jews, right?
Mm-hmm, correct.
Now, what if I were to say that there's some people that saying that they're Jews but really are not?
Nah, I do believe that. I do believe that.
Because the Jews fit a certain profile, right?
Yeah, and I believe the persecution of the Jews is still continuing, but I don't think the people that are claiming they are the birthright ones.
Bro, you right on the money, man.
Yeah.
Because what if I say that we are the Jews?
Yeah, I definitely
All right.
believe it.
Now, you're an educated brother, man. Okay, look, take the time to read that.
All right.
I'm not trying to sell a religion to you.
I got you.
But I'm just trying to get a full assessment. See, I can honestly say that the only solution to our problem is in the book that a lot of people in society, especially in today's time, don't want to do. Put away with. They want to say that the Bible is the white man's book and it was plagiarized from Egyptology and all that other stuff, but that's just keeping us away.
Got you.
Read that, brother.
All
Okay?
right.
Take two in case you lose that one.
All right, I
All right?
got you.
Appreciate your time.
All right.
The shortest answer, but articulate answer that you can give. Why do you think we ended up on those slave ships in the first place?
Money.
Okay, so would it be fair to say that America made its first dollar off of our labor?
Yeah.
And the oppression of the so-called Native American?
Yes.
And the so-called Latino American?
Yes.
You think that's still going on today?
Yeah. Yeah.
Exploitation?
Yeah.
Okay.
NFL.
Let me give you something, sister. You seen that picture before?
I have. This one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so with that being said, what if I were to tell you, and I'm not trying to sell a religion or anything like that, but what if I were to tell you that our answer is actually in the one book that they really don't teach correctly and they really don't put emphasis on it? What if I tell you that our answer and the reason why we ended up on those slave ships is actually written in the Bible? What would be your answer? What would be your take on that?
You might be right.
I tell you what, young bright sister, right? You like to read. I know it.
I
say.
do.
Okay. Remind me of my son. I called him Poindexter. All right. Read that.
All right.
Okay. Get yourself a Bible. Not trying to sell a religion or anything. Don't want no money from you. But you just said it yourself. The reason why we don't know is because we don't know our past. And our past is in the scriptures. The whole book is about our people. It's not as inclusive as they like to teach it today. But that's our history. Even down to the slave ships. I want to thank you for your time.
No problem.
Okay? Appreciate it. All right?
Have a good day.
Be blessed, sister. Thank you. Now I remember, so I don't worry. 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, 2 Peter chapter 3, and Revelation chapter 16 all proclaim that our Savior will come like a thief in the night. We were born for this moment, and we can feel His Spirit in the air. We've been waiting for it all our lives. Many have been called, but we have been chosen, and we can feel His presence in the air tonight. We've been set apart to tell the world that the I am that I am is our power, and Christ is the only way to get to the Father. He's the way, the truth, and the life. So prepare your hearts for this spiritual warfare, and prepare your minds for this spiritual battle. Grab your swords. It's time to stand and fight. Most High is calling His people. It's time. This moment. To wake up the preserve of Jacob and be a light unto the Gentiles. Now is the time. This is the moment. Kwam Yasha Allah. All praises to a higher our Father. Shalom. We'll talk about church stuff, all right? All right, so with that being said, is it possible that what we're going through right now as a people, you know, here we are, got a crazy president, right? Yeah. Stirring up racial tensions, right? Okay, here we are marching and protesting again. Is it possible that what we're going through could be in the Bible? I mean, every exact detail from the slave ship to the shackles and chains that was around our necks to what we're going through right now. Is that a possibility?
Yeah. I'm not. It wouldn't surprise me.
Okay, so
I'm not surprised.
So let me hit y'all to this. The Bible is about the Jews, right? Now we know that there's some Jewish people, all right? But paying attention to that ish part, that means it's like, okay, your shirt could be pinkish, right?
Yeah.
Right? Your socks could be grayish, right? When you add that ish, it's something like it, but it's not the real thing. Yeah. So we got Jewish people saying that they're Jews, but they're not. They don't fit the profile. Yeah. Let me hip y'all to something, man. You seen that picture before? The slave ship?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
What if I showed you in the Bible verses and everything, even down to the slave ship, because the Bible is about the Jews, that it's in there. We should go into captivity. We should be turned over to a people, a foolish people, and we shall serve, be sold unto them as bondmen and bondwomen. It says that in the Bible. But we've been taught that the Bible is a white man's book, or the Bible has been plagiarized or copycatted from Egyptology and all that stuff. We've been told all types of lies about the Bible, right? Just to keep us out the book. You understand what I'm saying? But it's the only thing that makes sense to our situation. You feel me? So once we get back in that book, reconnect back to our God, put away all this, what y'all said earlier, the drugs and all that other stuff, everything will start to make sense. Your eyes will start to open. It'll make you look at Glass Manor / Southeast in a whole different light. You feel me? Because what's going on in church right now, it's not the truth. It's the true fish. You feel me? It's not the truth. You feel me? You feel me? So with that being said, that's all we had, but now God is waking us up. Okay? I don't know y'all, but told me to come here. You feel me? Now y'all have an understanding. We meet every Saturday. That's the Sabbath day. Not Sunday. We meet every Saturday at 1 p.m. next to Crystal Skates. Okay? So, it's right. You got the skating rink, you got the pawn shop, or you got the little cut unique.
I know what church you're at.
Yeah, we right there in the corner. Okay? Every Saturday at 1 p.m. Feel free to come out. I'm not trying to sell a religion. I'm just trying to tell brothers the truth. As the Bible says, that the truth has to come to the house of Israel first, which we are. We're the Jews. You understand? Then the other nations. That's why the world's so crazy, because got people who God gave order to don't know who we are. You feel me? They got us eating all types of poison. We got diabetes, we got AIDS, we got all this, and we got that going on in our community. We don't know who we are. And our men are lost. How we gonna have strong sisters if our men are weak? You feel me?
And the men is just sooner or later, man, where I think it's gonna be hard to make ends, man, because you got all the girls turning into lesbians. There's a lot of men who don't know how to treat females.
So with that being said, take that, don't lose that. Matter of fact, take two. Bam. Bam. And bam. Okay? Alright, shalom, man. Alright, the only way we're gonna get out of this thing, man, Jeff. Okay? Only way we're gonna get out of this, we need to get back to our God. Okay? Put away all the paganism, all the wickedness, follow God, keep his laws, statutes, and commandments, and everything will start to make sense. Then we'll have a better sense of direction on where we need to go and what we need to do as a people. Alright? Shalom. Alright. Do you think our problem is it spiritual, or do you think it's political?
It's both.
It's both?
It's both.
Alright.
Because the political part about it is the government doing everything down here for us.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Alright, so let me, 43 years old, y'all in your 20s, right? Check this out. We did the marching already, right?
Yeah.
We did the protesting already, right? And ain't nothing necessarily wrong with that, okay? But at the same time, we've been down that road before. What if the solution to our problem was more so spiritual and politics? Throw that to the side. Would y'all believe that?
If it's spiritual, I mean, I really don't know.
Okay. Well, let me. All right.
I really know, because everybody got their own beliefs. Everybody got their own what they believe in. Like, is it from Buddha to God? That you a Muslim, you doing this and doing that. I mean, everybody got their own beliefs. But at the end of the day, it's like we just gotta personally train ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Before we can even get to the spiritual part about it, because some people don't want to hear about it. Some people don't believe in it. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you on that. So I mean, again, y'all know I'm working with a church, right? So I'm not trying to push a religion to y'all, right? But I am gonna say, what if the solution to our problem, what if we found it in the Bible?
Going through right now was in the Bible.
So, well,
like when your parents was young, or your grandmother, you go to your grandmother's house, they teach you about stuff from the Bible.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But the events that's going on right now is like they saying exactly what's going on in the Bible. Like,
all right, so let me hip y'all to this, man. The Bible is basically about the Jews, right? Okay, not Africans. Even though we were told we were Africans, it's about the Jews. Now, everything that's in the Bible is about the Jews, but everything that's in the Bible lines up with what we're going through. So by default, not trying to sell a religion, that makes us the Jews. And all the answers to our problems, even down to, just gonna hip y'all to this right quick. Y'all seen that picture before?
Yeah, this is slave shit right here.
You know, what if that was, I mean, even down to the children of Israel would actually go into captivity on slave ships, even where you see right there the yoke of iron placed around our necks. You feel me? So we tried everything else, right? But we'll talk about God, but do we really know? You feel what I'm saying? So I just want to leave that. Matter of fact, I got another one, man. I'm gonna leave that with y'all, man, because it's important for us to know where we are. This is why I'm doing this, so we can understand where we need to go. You know, put down philosophies, put down all the ideologies, put down all the false beliefs and all that stuff. Pick up that book and do what we need to do. Where we at. I mean, not trying to sell a religion, but we need to start making sense of what's going on, because we keep going through the same thing over and over again. And it has to come a point in time.
And our kids gonna go through it. See, I got twin boys.
But we can break that curse.
Yeah, we could break it too. But we can. But now, see, I was dealing with my baby mother. You know what I'm saying? She already came with 2 kids. You see what I'm saying?
All right.
But
my wife already came with 4.
They already got mediarized and all that. They on cell phones, on Instagram and on YouTube, looking at stuff.
So
like,
let me hit you to this, man. As a man, right? And by us being black men, by us being the real Jews, God's chosen people, it's our duty to take ownership and leadership of our house. You feel what I'm saying? Now, it's not an overnight process. I ain't trying to tell you nothing quick or tell you anything. It's just like that. Right. We got to recondition our mind. But we need to unwhitewash the Bible. Get those white images out of our head. Not saying anything wrong with white people. You know, what I am saying is that the Bible is about Hebrews. The Bible is about Jews. And the Jews are black. You feel me? Yeah. You feel me? Not Jewish. Jews. Jewish, when you add that ish on the end of it, it's like your shirt is bluish, right?
Right.
It's something like a blue.
Like, so Jews come in all colors. Basically.
But the Jews.
So basically we got power. That's what you're saying.
Yes.
The Jewish people own all this.
Right. But the Bible says that the Jews will be poor.
Yeah, they said the Jews will be poor, but the whole time they own all this.
So how does that make them the people?
They're not.
Exactly.
We're the people, but we don't know how to use our resources to get to where we need to be at in life.
So this is what I'm saying. The Bible says that we will be cursed for our disobedience. Okay? And the disobedience is just something as simple as the 10 Commandments. Remember Sabbath day to keep it holy. It's not Sunday, it's Saturday. Okay? Honor thy mother and thy father. Yeah. How you gonna honor your mother and your father if you don't know who your mom and daddy really? I'm not saying y'all, but that's a big problem in our community. We got so many baby mamas and baby daddies, but no husbands and wives. You feel me?
That's true.
So with that being said, how can you honor your mother and father? You know? Thou shalt not kill. That means murder.
Right.
Look at the murder rates in every city that we in. You feel me?
It's like it just got worse.
And it's going to get worse. But we need to bring some clarity and understanding to what we're going through. That's why
we need it. We need to sit down shop at like a church or something.
And they want
to bring all our black young men out here.
That's why I'm here, brother.
That's what they just bring them all together. And then we just talk about the problems that's going on. They don't want to listen. They don't want to hear about it. They want to make it all bad.
Let me wrap this up right quick, man. But I appreciate your time. This is just what I can. I appreciate your time. You know what I'm saying? Take that. Don't get in trouble. But take that. Read it. All right. You know where we at. Y'all know where we at. Yeah. All right. We meet every Saturday at 1 p.m. All right. Yo. Just left the Ark. It's a community center in the Southeast, right? Man, I'm telling you, bro. The Most High. It's amazing how He worked things out. Check this out. I was trying to go to some known areas with with the boys out there making money, and that was my intentions, right? Because it's like, all right, I ain't scared of my people, right? And the Most High gonna protect me, but the Most High also gave us the Holy Spirit, aka wisdom, right? And it just wasn't a good idea, and I kept hearing the voice of wisdom to try to go out there and record some brothers out there that's on the hustle. So that feeling of uneasiness just didn't leave me. So I was like, okay, I got to put this thing together, man. I got to put this documentary together, right? So Just heard a voice say, man, check out the community center and homeless shelters, man, and see what comes up. Bruh, I'm telling you, man, I met 2 young soldiers, right? 2 young brothers, man, and man, it just so happened that, I mean, how the Most High worked that thing out, man. People are hungry. Our people are hungry, right? But the issue is that we don't know how to execute. We see problems, you know, and I'm talking to all folks, all age groups, right? As many as who's willing to talk to me for a few minutes, and our people. But what I'm saying is that the people who I did communicate with, what I'm saying is that people are conscious and know something is going on and going wrong, but they don't know how to execute. They don't know what to do, you know. So what's so important is that we that have the knowledge of the truth, right? It's our duty to go out there and spread this word. I'm sure y'all already know that, right? Take every opportunity. Talk to the people in your hood, man. Just go. I mean, it don't even have to be in the street preaching format. Just go out there, take the time to see what's going on with your people. Talk to your people. You know, and see what's up. How you gonna know what's wrong if they don't tell you what's wrong? Okay, we can't assume that everybody's in the same situation, man. You know, bruh, our folks are ready, but they need to be fed. Okay, and we need to show them how to eat and what to eat and what not to eat. All right. All praises to a higher. All praises to the Most High, the I am that I am. Amazing that he using me, bruh and sis. It's overwhelming sometimes. No, I ain't about to start crying. Can't cry, I'm driving. I'll hit y'all back later. I love my people, man. I love my people. I love my people. Yeah, I go to bed with the issues of my folks on my mind. I wake up with the issues of my folks on my mind. And it's a lot of work to do. I don't know if y'all can relate. Maybe it's like that in y'all cities also, but it's a lot of work that needs to be done. Our people are hungry. You know, our people want to, they recognize what's going on, man. They recognize something ain't right, as I said before, but don't know how to quite put their finger on the issues. You know, it's our duty and obligation to bring that knowledge of salvation to our folks first, to the house of Israel first, as a whole, and then the other nations. So basically, again, that's why I'm doing this, man. We're still lost, but it's up to us to bring that understanding to our folks. Who else gonna do it? You know, every Saturday, you know, we meet and gather for the Shabbat and all that stuff, and we break bread and we fellowship, and it's good. It's good. But it's a lot of our folks that's out there in the streets, you know, that don't have an understanding, and we owe it to them. We owe it to them. This is what we got to do. You know, we got to go to the valley of the dry bones and prophesy into the wind, just like the Most High told Ezekiel. Prophesy to these dry bones. Some gonna get it, some gonna reject it, but we got to go out there and do it. We got a job to do.
Just don't let the spin get you down. Things are moving fast. Hold on tight and you will last. Keep yourself respect.
tried. Never mind your fears. Brighter day.